Damian Bartonic on behalf of CBS 19 and the official host of MMA Monday, the best MMA show in Beast, Texas. Look, we love to mix the martial arts over here, so it's only right. The first boxer I bring on MMA Mondays is none other than the king of New York himself, Edgar Berlanga, an absolute dog. And you know what, Edgar, I'm sorry I got to do this to you, man, but I found out you were born on the second best day of May. The first best day is May 17th. And then the second best is May 18th. May 17th is my birthday. So I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry I had to give you second place there, man.
Okay. You're a Taurus now.
Yeah,
Like me.
yeah. Hey, I sometimes I be lying to women when they ask me about my zodiac sign, but that's a whole nother discussion. We can't go there. But
Yeah.
I want to start with this, man. You just turned 28 years of age. Obviously, bro, you've got a lot going for you. You got a great game, and you're an ascending fighter, an ascending talent. But you've also established yourself at this very young age. Tell me about that, man. Tell me about the journey and how at age 28, you're already viewed as the king of New York.
It's a blessing, bro. And one thing for sure, it wasn't easy, you know what I'm saying? The road to becoming that, to becoming the face of New York, the face of Puerto Rico, it wasn't easy, man. I had to go through a lot of, trials and tribulations. I had to go through a lot of hardship in my life, in my career. But it was only, it's God's plan, and I went through everything I went through for a reason, you know what I'm saying, to get to this point, so that way I could tell the younger generations about what it takes to be the best and what it takes to become somebody big and successful in the world, whether you're an athlete or you just, doing anything, positive in life, you know what I'm saying? But definitely it was hard. It wasn't, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like anything that's hard in life, you chasing a dream and you chasing goals and it's hard, you need that, you know what I'm saying? And that's exactly what happened to me. But, we stood 10 toes down and now I'm here, you know what I'm saying? Now, King of New York, face of New York, Puerto Rico, man, and, representing.
Absolutely, and it's inspiring, man. Seeing someone like yourself, just a year older than me. I don't know if I can call you Unc just yet. You know what I'm saying? You are just a year older than me, but it's
Yeah.
inspiring to see your journey, man, and to see the people you fought. I want to ask off the top, man. I know you've been asked about Canelo millions of times, but for me, I think that fight was so great in the terms of you can see kind of your just progression as a fighter in that one fight. That story said so much about you, and I want to know, man, when you look back at that fight, close to a year later, talk about that, man. Talk about just how you've grown and what that's been like, and when you look back on that experience, what that was like.
What I say towards what you just asked me is rematch.
Yeah,
Match. I think is going we gonna do it again. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna run it back with him for sure. I gotta get through this, this phase right now, July 12th. But the experience with him was amazing, man. I had fun in there, you know what I'm saying? Like that's one of my fights where I enjoyed it, that I know I could fight Canelo a million times and enjoy fighting him, you know what I'm saying? The build up to it was amazing. We saw the it was big, you know what I'm saying? New York was tuned in crazy, the whole East Coast, Puerto Rico, it was like a real throwback, legendary type of fight, you know what I'm saying? I feel like that fight right there is gonna go down in the history books for sure, where people look, it's been a year, people still talking about that fight. So obviously it was something good. You know, I think, and I don't take nothing away from Crawford or not, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like, my fight is gonna be talked about for years to come. You know what I'm saying? I think that was an amazing experience for me. I fought a legend. Like I said before, bro, I had dreams of me fighting him. I got dreams now of me doing a rematch with him, so I know it's gonna come. You know what I'm saying? I think that right now just gonna handle July 12th. And then from there, we get it on. A lot of people want that fight again. They feel like I was inexperienced, and they feel like now that I went 12 rounds with him, I got that experience. Fighting on pay-per-view, fighting in front of 20,000 people. The magnitude of that fight. He thought he was gonna crush me. What I'm saying? He didn't do nothing. He ain't hurt me nothing. I was straight. The only thing that I feel like he had over me was just experience, you know what I'm saying, at that level. But now that I got it, it's over. You know what I'm saying? I went through that fire. I'm straight now.
yeah. Well, I was going to ask about that as well. A lot of times in fighting and boxing, people always say, "Oh, this person fought him too early. This first person fought him too late." For you, whenever you kind of look back, let's say 2-3 years we fast forward, are you going to view that experience as, "Hey, maybe I fought him too early," or are you going to view it as, "Man, this was just so needed and necessary"?
I needed that, bro. Like, yeah, I didn't fight him too early. I feel like if you look at the resume, yeah, I did fight him too early. I like if you really look at the outside of boxing, you look at it, you're like, damn, I did fight him too early. You know what I'm saying? I went from fighting from the max 5,000 people to fighting a legend. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
I tell everybody, I went from middle school straight to high school. You know what I'm saying? So imagine that. You know, you jumping from a middle school student to straight to college. You know what I'm saying? And that's exactly what I did. Um, and it's not easy, bro. You know, a lot of people talk about when Canelo fought Mayweather, but remember, Canelo was already fighting top guys when he fought Floyd. You know what I'm saying? He already had that fight in front of 16, 17, 18,000 people. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he caught the experience, a legend like Floyd, but Canelo was already what is already seasoned. You know what I'm saying? Canelo was already at that stage. It wasn't like me. Canelo, I bet you any money, if Canelo would have been at my level fighting Floyd, Floyd would have probably stopped him. 100% Floyd would probably stopped him or beat the dog crap out of him. You know, but he didn't. You know, he had experience. Me, I didn't have no experience. I never jumped in the ring. I was supposed to go to fight like a guy like Caleb, like Charlo, like you know what I'm saying, like these guys like McGee or something. And then I beat those guys. Then I get the opportunity to fight a legend like himself. But I went from fighting, you know what I'm saying, C-level fighters to fighting a legend, and I went in there and I held my own. So, and I did very well. You know, people telling me that they haven't seen the fight like that with Canelo since Triple G. You know what I'm saying, when Triple G and him fought toe to toe. And obviously you seen his last fight, he fought a champion and dude ran for 12 rounds. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know. I feel like now I just gotta, just lock in. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it's my time to take over the sport.
No, absolutely, and I appreciate you trying not to curse, man, on local TV, man. I can
Yeah.
appreciate that.
Yeah.
Just a few more for you, man. I wanted to ask a little bit about your journey as well because I know you posted this Instagram picture and the song was "Rags to Riches." I know that's something that means a lot to you. It talks a lot about
Yeah.
your story as well.
Yeah.
I saw you in an interview recently. You had the Peli Peli coat on.
Yeah.
All this stuff, man. You followed Trinidad growing up, bro. Just talk about that journey, man, because it seems like you're living your dream, man, and you can
Yeah.
see that emotion on your face.
I'm a superstar in the sport of boxing, man. Like whether people hate me or love me, I don't care at this point no more. I grew myself to understand that whether I get the hate or I get people that love me, I don't really care. You know what I'm saying? Especially for the hate. At the end of the day, I love making, people turn into believers, you know what I'm saying? And I got a different type of swag, I'm a pretty boy, I'm fly, I'm from New York, I'm Puerto Rican, you know what I'm saying? I got the Spanish, and then I got the culture, the hip hop culture with me. So, I got everything what it takes. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a cornball or nothing. This is organic. You know what I'm saying? I'm from New York, born and raised, repping Puerto Rico hard. I go into Puerto Rico and I get love, man. I get super duper love from Puerto Rico. And like I said, it's organic with me. It's different. I got a different swag. I bring in, you know what I bring in? I bring in that Floyd, what Floyd brought in that hip hop jewelry and what I'm saying, that flamboyant swag, and that's what I got. And natural, what I'm saying? I've been having that since I was a kid. I've been around it, obviously born and raised in the project. So me seeing, guys that was hustling in the streets, with big cars and big chains, and me, seeing Fat Joe, my brother when I was living in the shelter homes, I used to see him with the big TS chains on and the nice cars and the pele, like everything. So I just grew myself to understand that, and that's where I come from. What I'm saying, that's my upbringing, and then I just learned like, boxing is an entertainment for people. That's what sells, whether they hate it or love it. It sells. And I learned that, and I'm like, I learned not be who I am and be true to myself and be who I am. Because at the end of the day, I'm humble, and just be me, man, and just be fly, look good, fight good, you know what I'm saying? And just take over the sport, man. I think boxing needs that right now. There's nobody in the sport right now. Nobody. Canelo, he's a legend, he's a king, at 168, but he's not from the States, what I'm saying? He's from Mexico, so it's hard to transition a guy like that. There's nobody right now that got the boxing on smash on the chokehold. Right now is my opportunity, what I'm saying? And that's starting with July 12th, main event at the Louis Armstrong Stadium, and I got a crazy walkout that I'm doing. You know, I got the Pele that's doing my whole outfit, so I'm doing a whole New York theme, and I'm doing a tribute to Terror Squad, to to Big Pun and Fat Joe for that night too.
Yeah, which you're telling me you got the Pele and all this. You got to send me one of them. You know what I mean? You gotta show some love. You know what I'm saying? We're so close in age, but in all seriousness though, man, you mentioned it. Where you're at right now in the sport, how you view yourself in the sport as well. We got about 6 months left in 2025. When you look at the remainder of this year, I know we got July 12th. We want to win that fight. Uh,
Yeah.
Tell me, how do we envision this next 6 months? Can we expect to see you twice? Maybe after we see July 12th and then another time.
Yeah, yeah,
What are the goals?
twice, 100% twice. You know, I don't like to look over, you know what I'm saying? But we do in my mind, we already do have a set plan, and it's to fight July 12th and then finish the year strong with a big fight. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, Munguia, you know, got tested positive, and then obviously Caleb just got his butt kicked. So, we're looking at maybe Charlo, Jamal Charlo for, I'm looking at like a Christmas show, you know what I'm saying, to throw him back in New York, you know what I'm saying, give the New York fans a good winter, you know what I'm saying, a good Christmas, and pay them back with that. But definitely two fights, you know what I'm saying. I'm focused on July 12th, and then I want to end the year with a bang. And then I'm chasing that kind of rematch. I want that rematch, you know what I'm saying. So I know I need these two fights this year, and then, maybe next year, May, I talk to Turkey, we could probably make it happen.
Absolutely, my brother. My last one for you, then I'll let you go. It's a question I love to ask fighters, especially ones like yourself. Uh, Typically, it's very different. It's a different mindset. Once you're a champion, you're kind of you're the hunted and all that good stuff. But right now, you're the hunter. You're looking for this Canelo rematch. You're looking for the biggest fights. You're looking for the gold. I want to know mentally, man, when you wake up in the morning, do you feel like a champion? Do you believe that you are a champion without having the physical belts all around you?
1,000%. I got everything. Whatever. There's guys that got belts right now that's active that has world titles. Nobody don't know them. They know Berlanga, and I don't got not one title. I got the WBO, NBO, but that's not a real title. You know what I'm saying? That's a small title. I'm talking about, like the world championship level. And I feel like, man, I don't need that. You know what I'm saying? I want it. You know what I'm saying? And obviously Canelo got the belts in the chokehold, so I'm chasing them. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, belts do make, for legacy. I want to go down as a multiple division world champion. 2, 3, 4 time world champion, undisputed. Yeah, but I don't like the rush now. My time is coming. That rematch with Canelo's coming, and I'm gonna make history. You know what I'm saying? I just think right now, right now, like today, I feel like I don't need a belt. I don't need a belt. I'm the guy. I'm that guy. You know what I'm saying? I'm the king of New York. I'm the face of Puerto Rico. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's putting on right now. I want to bring boxing back. I want to bring that entertainment. I want to talk smack. I want to be flamboyant. But obviously, I'm humble. I'm humble outside of the boxing world. I'm a humble guy, but inside the entertainment world, I'm gonna just do me, man, and just that's what sells. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna just do me and be myself, man. But yeah, right now I'm a superstar. I think I don't need a title. These guys that have titles out there that nobody don't know. I can mention a few guys and you'd be like, oh yeah, I don't know this guy. You know what I'm saying? And he's a world champion. You're like, damn. But you mentioned Edgar Berlanga. Edgar Berlanga doesn't have a world title. Everybody knows me. So. But eventually, that time will come, and that rematch with Canelo's coming.
Absolutely, my friend. Hey, all I know is this, man. I can't wait to see you back in action in July. It's going to be fantastic, and I appreciate you hopping on a call with me, taking part of your. I know you got a busy schedule and all that
Yeah,
stuff. I appreciate you for taking the time. And hey,
thank
after you
you.
get this dub, man, maybe you can send me some gloves, man. I
Let's
need me
get
some
it.
gloves, some Berlanga
Yeah,
gloves. All right.
let's get it. I got you. Yeah, I'll
All
talk to
right.
my team.
All right. You have a good one, brother. Thank you
All
so
right, brother.
much.
Thank you. Thank you,
Have a
boy.
good